All right, Sam, you ready for our next story? Shall we?
Sure, of course.
Okay, so this story,
I'll,
I saw that Kulinski made a video on it, and so did Saagar from The Hill. And it's pretty much about, so one of the headlines that also covered this story, they wrote that Reddit users create demand for GameStop stock just to screw over billionaires. So I wanted to use this story to talk about Reddit and Twitter more generally, and how Reddit is really the polar opposite of Twitter, which I hate. But first, let's just say what this specific news is about. But really, if you want to know more, I would really recommend checking out Kyle Kulinski. He covers this beautifully. But pretty much on Reddit, a bunch of Reddit users who are into investments, stocks, finance, and understand this, they realize that around 80%, and really this is the most that I know, like, don't ask me any questions, okay? Around 80% of the stocks for this particular company, which is called GameStop, I guess the gaming company, are owned in those type of stocks, whatever, where investors are betting that their value goes down. So all the money that is there to be made is on
shorting.
yeah, exactly. Investors taking this risk idea that somehow, I don't know how they help it to go down, but in any case, that it's the value is going to drop, and they've bet on this and they're going to make money. But all these people on Reddit, they went and bought all these stocks, so the price went up. So I guess these hedge fund companies and individuals and others who had stocks, who were betting on the stock to go down, they lost a lot of money, even though the stock went up, which is counterintuitive, which had me confused at first. Okay, that's the extent of my understanding on this. Do you want to add a bit more, Sam?
Uh, to be honest, I didn't read this story as in as much details as you did, but I highly recommend watching the movie Big Short for anyone who wants to understand these type of things. But yeah, shorting is basically your bet that I bet that, for example, the stock of Apple is gonna go down in the next few days, and if it doesn't, then I'll lose my bet. If it does go down to what I said, then I gain a certain amount. So I assume these people coordinated through
Yeah,
Reddit to buy stocks and not yeah the yeah that way those who are shorting it are gonna lose their money basically.
yeah.
I mean, have you seen The Big Short? If
Yes, I
you
have.
or any of our viewers, Christian Bale's
Yeah,
character was that character who was shorting
that's true.
against the housing market because he knew housing market is going to crash, and everybody was like, "You're crazy" and all that.
Ah, you're so right. I forgot that was like, I remember watching a movie, I really liked it. But yeah, I forgot that was the exact thing that he was doing. But yeah, so like I mentioned, I just wanted to talk about Reddit a bit generally and how much Twitter sucks. But do you have anything? I just rant about how much Twitter sucks. But do you have anything else about the finance and just how stupid this is? And I mean, it's just straight up betting, which is
To be honest, yeah, this is like complete what they call it, casino,
yeah,
economy or something. It's bad, but I mean, I saw the bit on Bloomberg. I think that there's that guy who's very animated and he always gets angry. But he did a great interview with one of the billionaires who, at the moment of his desperation, tried to connect the, Reddit to Russian spies or, foreign powers and all that. But even the Bloomberg guy was, because even though we
yeah,
hate typically the left hates the capitalist pure capitalists, but these pure capitalists are at least they believe in free market, and they were smart enough to coordinate, they win the money, right?
yeah.
And the billionaires were now calling for government regulation to basically they just want to basically they believe in free market as long as it's free
Yeah.
for them, but not so much for others.
No, I mean, it's in the Rising, I think, where I saw that. So, Sagar pulls a few of these interviews that are done here and there. And I mean, these billionaires, there's how desperate they suddenly are for regulation. And then, yeah, that
Yeah, for a
connection that
few
this could be,
millions.
that this could be foreign. Oh my God, foreign organized to what? For a few stocks at GameStop? Okay, that's number one agenda at Kremlin. Bring out this, bring down this
Kremlin.
video
Putin
game.
is worried sick about GameStop.
he can't finish
What
the
happened
last
to
level or
GameStop?
something,
Oh.
so he swore revenge on the company. It turned off while he was playing online the other day. Okay,
You
so
know, he,
yeah,
he he went to New York and loved the company, so he tried to avoid, yeah, just buying the stock through Reddit, you know.
true. The poor guy is making the value of this company go up, and these guys are complaining. Jesus,
Yeah.
man, that's too funny. But yeah, so are you familiar with Reddit? I've told you about it a few times. Have you ever been on it?
Yeah, I've been trying to use it a lot more since you've promoted it to me. I find it somewhat hard and confusing because it's topic based and it's
Yeah,
people talking and I don't know why is that high, why is that low, and all
yeah,
that. But yeah, it's a good one. I use it for whenever you have asking questions like Quora.com type of thing. I a lot of times when I'm looking for something and I
yeah.
Google it, I Reddit comes up,
No,
especially
yeah.
media stuff.
No, exactly. I mean, I think the activity level of users and the number of users that they have is just so high. And then Twitter is all about, shitting and dunking on people with like a few words, just like making them look bad. I told you, blah, blah, blah. Whereas Reddit, of course, there are people who do that, but the system is built in a different way, and you actually have long comments and long interactions. That is just literally the polar opposite. Like in Reddit, nobody knows who you are. You don't even have a photo of yourself, your random name. Whereas Twitter, everybody, like most people, I mean, it's all about your name. Oh, I got 2 likes and a retweet from X or Y. It's all about like who it is and, getting recognition for something that you've said to bring someone down. And just Reddit is just literally the polar opposite. And I feel like an interesting segment of the of society lives on Reddit and on different subreddits. But I've come to like it, but even I don't understand in some of the subreddits, and they have different cultures from one subreddit to another, what you can do, what you cannot do. I mean, you might post a video and you'll take it off and you'll get a warning as if you just posted like the worst thing ever. And then they're like, rule the subreddit, like read the subreddit rule. Number one, no videos. Like, okay, how was I supposed to know? But yeah, I really like Reddit. There's a lot of stuff there. It's also good for reading the news if you follow like their big news channels and their big news subreddits, but the total opposite. And then on Twitter, and I mean the shenanigans on Twitter continue. So the other day on the Rising, they showed that how Twitter is introducing this new fact checking feature, and it's a
Oh, yeah.
straight up joke. I mean, you saw the video, right, Sam? Play the video for our audience
Yeah,
right now.
the
Uh,
bird watch system.
yeah.
Bird watch.
What do you
You
make
watch
of
the
that?
bird?
What do
It's,
you, what do you make?
same. I think Twitter made a mistake, even compromising Twitter and Facebook compromising a little against these things. They should stand their ground and saying that telephone company is not responsible for terrorism or bullshit. That is, that you think flat earthers don't talk on the phone or
Yeah.
something. So this is a very simple freedom of speech issue. As long as you don't like in a defame, there are defamation, libel laws, and security laws that say, as long as you don't like incite people to cause violence and all that, there are legal channels for those things to
Yeah.
be processed. So all of this is bullshit. All of this is, in my view, disgusting, and they don't really like. Yeah, it's all bullshit.
Man, but I'm
Like
surprised Twitter still exists. I mean, they're like caricature of a company now. I feel
for
like I just find that
for
they're
news,
badly run.
for
Even
news,
from, I mean, it blows my
for
mind. I
news,
mean,
it's
just look at
very
this
efficient.
ad that they just made. It, it's like ridiculous. It's horrible. And they're like completely like they'll do anything that elite Democrats say now. I mean, I don't understand why they surrendered themselves so much to the Democrats.
Well, because they don't want to get taxed. That's why. Or nationalized. That's really it, really. That's why. As long as they keep them off their backs in terms of taxes and nationalization, whatever, they don't give a shit about freedom of speech or anything for that matter.
I don't know. In terms of even functionality, like to me, Twitter is like offers the least comparing to all the other platforms.
Man, I must say it is more functional than Reddit. I know I haven't used Reddit app that much, but Jesus Christ, like Reddit website, I don't know. It's not
No, I
really
mean like
you
functional, yeah,
therefore.
as in like the services that it provide. Like, what is it like? I don't understand. I don't see any value that it brings. I mean, the functionality, just on the pure functionality. I don't know. I'm
Oh,
surprised that it's
I think
still
it's
used,
great
and
for
it's used.
news. It's great for news share.
Yeah, it's okay for that, and it's a great
You
platform
hate
if you're
you
already a
hate
famous person. I find that if you're a famous person, it gives you a really good platform to just say whatever you want whenever and for everybody to see it. I mean, even easier than putting out
yeah,
press
that's
releases or whatnot.